I can hear you perfectly well.
Yeah, I can also hear you perfectly well. Thank you for joining us. You kept
Yeah,
time.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, just a brief introduction for our viewers right here.
Yes. My name is Muhiire Spencer, aka Zebu. I play for the Muhiire Impis RFC, and I've been playing rugby since high school. So till now, I'm still a rugby player and still play rugby actively till further notice.
Oh, you're still playing till further notice. We hope
Yes,
the further
yes.
notice is not now.
And
So we're very glad to have you, Spencer, here. I know it was a short notice. We had to host someone else, but then halfway the preparations we had to change, and we picked on Muhiire Spencer, and he was very, very supportive, and we are hopeful it's going to be a great show here with us. Thank you very much
truly,
once again. Yeah,
thank you for having me.
so briefly take us through your early childhood sports background, yeah?
Oh, since time memorial, I've been really a sports person. I've played a couple of sports from cricket to basketball, football, a little bit of football, then rugby. As rugby, I say rugby way later, like high school, unlike the other sports. So I picked it on uh, Form 2. Then after some time, I fell in love with the sport. Actually, watched my first rugby game while at while in high school at Namiliango. So I liked the game. I took interest. Then next thing you know, as joining the team to play.
Oh yeah, so you joined your rugby journey in Form 2.
Yeah, yeah.
So what other sport were you taking part in, like for your primary days?
I played a lot of basketball
Yeah.
and cricket. Yeah, but more I was more to the basketball side than cricket.
Oh, so after
And
after
I did
after
that. And
pardon?
I played that in Nakasero Primary
Yeah.
School. Yeah, before I moved to another primo. So that was the last of it till high school.
So how was it like joining high school in Form 2 and then going back home as a rugby player? It's believed as a rough sport for many. Was your family supportive? Were you the first rugby player in the family, or you had other siblings who were playing rugby before you?
Well, my parents didn't even know what rugby was, so they didn't know whether it was dangerous or they just know I was playing a game or a sport, but they didn't understand the dynamics of the sport. So it was I just went through high school without them complaining a lot.
So does that mean in your high school there were no major injuries? Because what takes most people out of the rugby in high school is the injuries and then the parents complaining.
Yeah. Well,
So,
my first bad injury, I think was Form 5. We went for nationals in Lira, so I came back as so my legs were badly off. I broke my fingers, all my fingers of the right hand. So I
oh,
fell on my fingers, they got broken. So when I reached home, they thought it was maybe some kind of accident. They didn't know it was that I was playing as it happened. So they just took it on and they're like, oh, so are they feeling okay? Because by the time I reached home, they were getting better. So it wasn't very serious for me.
oh, that's good. So anyway, oh, those ones joining us, you can send in your questions for the vice captain. Impis is here with us. So right about now, he's going to take us through his journey, right from the way from under 14 up to under 19. That was the high school level. From there, we shall go to his stay in box. He has played for box also before joining Impis. And yeah, Mr. Vice Captain, maybe we can start with the under 14 just right now.
Yeah. And my under 14, I played. I remember we won our under 14, but that year the senior team I think didn't win anything. So by the time when we were getting back to school, we weren't allowed to celebrate because the senior team had lost. So we had to just keep the victory to ourselves. Then the next year saw us joining the under 16 team. By that time I was in Form 4. But
Yeah.
halfway the season, I was promoted to the senior team, and
So
I had yeah.
so just a little bit, just a little pause here. So how
Yeah.
many games did you play for your under 14? Most people play 1 or 2 games only, and the under 14
I,
season is done.
no, I played. Yeah, I played like four. I think I played all the games for under 14 because I played home and away. So we were playing with Smack Budo and Marcos. So I played all the 6 games. I believe there had to be 6 games. Yeah, I played all the 6 games. Include if you have to include the semis and the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So at which
Then
what position were you playing in the under 14?
in the under 14, I was playing center as a center. I played as center from the most of my high school time. I played center. It's the only number I played until I reached HSC. Then I said you being a utility, playing at 10, at 9, and at center,
Oh, that's
switching
good.
really.
So we are now at under 15, under 16. Halfway the season, they take you for the senior team. Yeah.
Yeah, they took me to the senior team. That was in my form 4. There were really big boys there. My first game was against Budo. It was a hard game.
Yeah.
Uh, the other game was against Chambog, and that time uh, Magom was the captain. So
Yeah.
I missed it. I knocked on in the 5, and he made me do push-ups. He made me do push-ups during a game.
It's never easy with him as the
So
captain. Yeah.
yeah, never easy. So it was really a tight one.
Yeah. So for your first game, do you come off the bench or you started the game straight up from under
No,
16?
I came off the bench. I came off the bench because as a rookie, first of all, and they were just trying. They were trying to make me test the waters. They were
And
really
then
rough.
just like that, you knock on.
And
I
then
guess
just
it
like that, I knocked with the 5.
I guess it was a bad experience. So
It was
before we leave the under 14 and under 16 side, yeah.
yeah.
What were your best games for under 16 and under 14? Your most memorable
Uh,
games?
for under 14, because I there was the game we played. It was a final with Smack, and
Yeah,
and we whooped them. Under 16, I think again we played Smack, I believe,
yeah, yeah,
and we whooped them. So my whole under 16 and under 14, we beat guys in the final. Then for my senior time, when I was playing for the senior team,
yeah.
we lost in my form 5. We lost to Kololo in
Kololo
the
SS.
semi-final. Yeah,
Yeah,
the semi-final. Then for my form 6, we lost to Kololo again. I believe in the semi-final again. So I had bad luck with my senior team.
so the Kololo
So
team that you are losing to, was that the team comprised with Abajan, Haruna Mohammed?
yeah, those are the guys. Those are the guys.
Oh, so you're carrying on. Sorry
The
about that.
Amolos, the Amolos, all those guys.
Oh, so someone here is
Then
asking which school.
uh,
Maybe he didn't hear the introduction very well.
I did my 6 years at Namiliango College from S1 to Form 6. So I'm a thick Ngonian all the way.
Oh yeah, so carry on. Sorry about that.
And then for we did East African Games in Kigali, where we came out fifth, uh, having been beaten by Hana and Laser Hill, and I believe by yeah, and there was another Kenyan team that beat us. But we managed to hold our fort against Kakamega. That time it was being trained by Makalama, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was my high school. It was fun playing in high school. It was really nice because the teamwork was like as tight. I don't know, as tight as as it can get.
So currently you are the vice captain right now. Did you have
Yeah,
any
yeah.
leadership positions in high school during the game?
During the game, not really. In high school, I didn't have any leadership apart from the captaining the under 14 team. Other than
Yeah,
that, I didn't really hold any very big ranks in the team. Those were those because there were guys that were way more experienced by that time.
yeah.
So it's my first time controlling big men on the field, but I'm getting used to it.
Oh, that's good. You know where I come from, the captain under 14 is always the oldest guy or the guy with the sharp shoulder, the hardest
Yeah,
tackle. So which one were you? Were you the oldest or you had the sharp tackle?
I think I had the shoulder. I had the shoulder. I had a very
Oh,
thick shoulder.
oh,
Yeah.
so that's good. So so in Namiliango, you don't remember winning anything for the senior team?
No. In Namiliango, the places. I mean, the games that we won were
Yeah.
mostly sevens games.
Oh,
The circuits, and I can never forget the circuit we won at Smack.
yeah. Take us through.
We yeah we played the circuit, went through the numbers, reached the final with Smack after Smack had beaten Hannah, and then we just killed them. Just took the circuit home. Unfortunately, by the time we reached our home circuit, we were beaten in the final, and then something happened. They banned rugby for that year, so we didn't end up going for the rest of the circuits. So that really
Oh,
hurt. It hurt our year badly because we had hope of winning all the circuits.
oh, that's very bad. So before we carry on to outside high school, there's a question here that what is Kololo and how on earth did you lose to it?
Uh, well, during that time, there were really the guys, man. I don't know. I think
Mm,
people just got intimidated, but guys lost their connection to the game. Guys lost their faith in the coach in the system. I can say because
yeah,
you run by the system. So if you lose hope in the system itself, then you end up losing the game to the other opponent because they play a better game. They end up playing a better game, and they intimidate you by winning and putting more points on the board. So
yeah, true.
that's how
So
we lost it. Low.
so throughout high school, you said you just watched the game and then you picked interest. Which player or players are those that made you pick the interest or kept the motivation for you to push harder?
Uh During my first game, I first saw Chimono playing for the first time.
Yeah,
Short, short but mugged guy. So I was wondering what kind of game is this? Eh? And then I saw
yeah,
the guy with the ball running around. Then that same year, I think we hosted the circuit, and then he outshined everyone. So I was like, yo, this is a nice game to watch and to play. So Chimono is definitely one of them. There's Dexter,
yeah,
and then which other guys? There's Donny Oketayot, Donald.
yeah, yeah.
Then the other guy, I can't really remember the other guys. Some no longer play even.
Oh,
Yeah,
so out of your three age grade rugby levels in high school, yeah, who are
yeah.
some of those key players who you can say that these were the best players I played with on the same team, under 14, under 16, under 19?
From there's Munyani Ian.
Yeah,
I played with him from under 14, under 16, and then senior team. Then there is Arinaitre Martin. Uh, then there is Seruwaji Edgar, a very good player. Then there's Semakula. Then Otai Ivan. Like there are many guys, really good guys that I've played with. Then there's a guy called Magero, um, Keno, Otto Chris, Juko Jude, the big names. Really, I've played with very good guys in the game. So those are the names that come to mind when I think about guys I've played with
I guess you
this
are
game.
quite lucky to play with such youngsters at that early age, yeah?
Yeah, very lucky.
Yeah, so now we move out of Namiliango, out of the rugby school, yeah? life after
Yeah,
Namilyango in 2015.
yeah. So after Namilyango in 2015, when I was in my VAC, I took on. I was given the privilege or the chance to join the box team. So we went in as the whole group from high school. We just joined box, played for 1 year, and then when I got my admission for Makerere, I
Yeah.
decided to change from box to Impis RFC
Oh,
because first of all, as I'd been given sports merit scholarship there, so I had to pledge allegiance to the team, the Makerere University team, and uh, and that's how. And I was so happy because they gave me playing time. I didn't really uh, hustle too much. The first day I reached like this, they showed a lot of interest in me, and I had to also show the same. I had to do the reverse. So coming to the game, they gave me playing time. I was so happy. First game, second game, third game, and then I just fell in love with the club.
oh, so let's first talk about your short stay at Box, yeah? How
Yeah.
was it there? How many games did you play for them? Any trophies or titles with Box at that time? The
For
experience
box,
there? Yeah,
for box, I think we won one trophy
yeah,
while I was there. I can't really remember the games that we we played with them, but it was a very nice experience. The fact that you're being introduced through to the club, to the league, through such steps, it really helps youngsters that are from high school. It takes you through a transition. I played because I was playing with big guys that are old, so they guide you through everything. They tell you to do this, do that. They keep you alert. They keep you interested in the game. They don't back at you. So by the time you go into the serious league, you have
yeah.
some experience about uh, what happens with the big boys. So it was really a great time I had at box, and I don't regret ever playing for box.
Oh, that's very good. So now you join Makerere Impis through the scholarship to Makerere. So we say
Yeah,
this is some muscle with brains, yeah?
yeah, yeah.
Superstar, all rounder.
This this is an
Yeah.
all rounder. Yeah,
So
yeah.
so we
The really,
yeah, go on. Yes, hello, Spencer.
uh, yeah,
Yeah, we can hear you. We can
yeah.
hear you. You're telling us about your move to Impis.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was saying, yeah. This is a body with brains too, because we want to go away from that stereotype kind of saying that rugby players are dense. No,
Yeah.
we are men of great content. We are gentlemen. We follow through from the pitch to the outside world. We try to expose all we've learned from the pitch into the real world. The discipline, the way we carry ourselves, academically, financially. We really want to put up a certain level of sportsmanship in the game and outside the game. So those people that think rugby players don't study, or come on, guys, this we are transitioning as a game, and I believe before we know it, we're going to be producing world class players that are learned, not just academicians, but are just learned players, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, that's true. So now, which year is this that you're moving into Impis?
This is my fourth year in Impis. This is my fourth
No,
year.
I mean, when you joined, which year was it?
Oh, I joined in 2016. When I
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
entering campus, that's the time I joined Impis, 2016. I believe in August. Yeah, 28th August, 2016.
Oh, so yeah. So take us now through the Makere Impis journey. The arrogancy. When does it start? How does it bleed through?
Well, so when I joined Makerere Impis, I went for the first training session. I'd just gone for a normal jog at the pitch. Guys were training, so I joined in with the training. So I was throwing the ball around, and guys were like, "Hey, so you play rugby?" I was like, "Yeah, I play rugby." They're like, "Hey, you should join us." They gave me the schedule when they train. So I joined training. Next thing you know, game time. They're giving me game time, and that time they had the big guys were still that old jersey, the torn jersey. So it was really big for me, and I'm a small body, so I had to wear the big torn jerseys. But they really took me on well. I didn't feel weird at all. People are very friendly. So I was like, this is the place to be.
So yeah, at that time was it still the XFM jersey?
Yeah, we no, it was the Hima cement jersey.
Oh,
The XFM jerseys were being used for sevens. All the jerseys were there. It's just that the XFM jerseys were for sevens and the other ones were for 15.
so you just said after a few runs with the team and coordinating with the program, you got playing time. Was it that easy that, let me say, after 2 or 3 weeks you were into the team, or it took you some long time to blend in?
No, I think it's because of the work ethic I displayed, because someone can't just put you on the forefront not knowing what you can do. So I think
True.
when they saw how much work I was putting in training, they were like, I think this kid is ready. Let's play him. And I didn't disappoint. I think I didn't disappoint, because then after the first game, it just kept coming. More games, they started giving me more playing time. And I was really happy about it.
Oh, there's one question here before we go far. Someone is asking, do Impis legends still turn up to lend their experiences to the current players?
Yeah, a few come around. Uh, I don't know if I probably just a few. They pass by, see us training, and then it's not, they don't come to train or do it, but they just pass by, see what's happening, talk to the boys. It's really, if you live in peace, it doesn't mean that you're gone forever. They always come back to support the boys, talk to us, um, drink, have an evening drink with us. So they really come around, even though it's not coming for practice, but they just come around to with their vibe and energy just to keep us, going.
Oh, that's very good. So the spirit still flows through everyone, yeah? The rugby family.
Yeah,
And that's
true,
what we
true.
live for. That's what we live
Yeah,
for. So
that's
so
it.
so at Impis, which number do you come into? Like, do you come in as a number 9, number 10, or a center?
So at Impis, I come in as a number 10. I first played number 10 at Impis.
Yeah.
Uh, it wasn't my original number, but given the fact that we are in the league, if you have to look at Ugandan centers, they're big boys. So
True.
I had to, as a small bodied guy, I had to look for where I can be more efficient without causing any damage to myself. So number 10 seemed a more probable number to play, because really you get the ball, distribute the ball. Uh, and the other thing is, people that come to the 10 don't really, the distance that they take to reach you as a number 10 is not as damaging as a person who is at number 12. So, but later on, I realized in the league it's different. They always want to beat the number 10. So I ended up just being a junky tackler on pitch. Yet I'm supposed to be distributing that ball.
No, true. You have to
So
find ways to survive.
I had to find ways to survive. I had to go back, work the shoulder, or look at the technique, tackling technique. So I'm happy. I haven't really gotten any bad injuries in rugby. I've never really gotten very very bad injuries in rugby. Not
Also,
not even a concussion.
oh, you're quite
Yeah.
lucky. So before we go far, tell us about that the graveyard derby, yeah, Impis and Rams, yeah.
Oh,
How has it been over the last 4 years? I know it's been hot, ups and downs
yeah.
everywhere. So how has it been over the last 4 years when you are there?
My when I was first there, my
Yeah,
first derby, they
yeah.
told me how there are these guys called Rams. I didn't know Rams at that time, but they
Yeah.
told me these guys are hard guys. So if you go in, just expect anything, expect any dirty game. So I went into the game with a mentality of you just have to be a hard guy, play like a man. If someone comes to do like any funny things on you, stooling you, what, just hold your fort, play it like a man, do what you're supposed to do, and everything will go as planned. So I went there, did my job, and it was, I believe it was a very easy game because we won the first game.
Yeah.
That was, I think, Uganda Cup. That was Uganda Cup. That was my first game with Drums. It was the Uganda Cup game. Then that time of the league, Rams didn't beat us at all. The second season, that was like in my second year. That's when Rams, I think, beat us home. We beat them home. They beat us on the away game. Then things happened. Somehow we ended up in championship, which was really, it was a very hard time for us, a daring time for us,
Yeah, so
really.
before we get into the championship side where you beat people 100 points to nothing, yeah.
Yeah.
How far do the preparations for the Rams game go? Because that's we just see things online, the banter online, but how far does it go on ground? Yeah.
Well, when we're going to play Rams, it's always, the aggro is always there. It's always in the mentality that these guys can't beat us from here.
The
It's like,
pedigree is high.
yeah, the pedigree is always high. You can't, if you've grown up in a society of levels, a kiddo cannot beat up the older brother. So we think of ourselves as the older brothers, and every time the cat tries to jump at us, just put it back in its corner.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's massive. So I see Adrafia saying Rams needed no preparations. I don't know how true that is. I think he's speaking for the managerial side.
Yeah. We just needed mental preparation, no
Oh,
physical preparation.
oh, thank you all for joining in. I see the soccer is on. Yeah. Tell Joshua I can send you some stout over there. Draft, thank you for joining. So now we are going into that part whereby Rams stays and then Impis goes to the championship side. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That was a really, it was a bad time, and first of all, the circumstances of at which it happened were really bad. It was this one game we had with Pirates, I believe. Our captain was given a yellow was sent off for for an injury, which was really, it didn't make sense to us because we believe as you're playing the game, safety is always the first thing you should think about.
Yeah.
So when he was knocked down and he went down for for safety, they from nowhere the ref said you're wasting time, gave him a yellow card. So he refused to join. He refused to get off the pitch. So that's what sparked off everything. Next thing you know, they are partitioning. Next thing you know, we are being relegated because Rams was below. I believe was below our points by like two.
Yeah.
So when they removed the 4 points, it just killed us. It was like a knife. It just knifed us. We went back to championship. We lost a lot of players, very good players. Clubs came in, swiped players away. It was really a bad time. It was a gothic time, I could say.
Oh, so
Uh,
you talked about losing players. Was that the time when PJ left Impis to go for Pirates?
yeah, PJ left. Donald
Oh,
Otekat left. Enoch left. Semakula left. Like they're really the big guys. Some of the big guys really left. So, but then we were happy that the old guys really stood there, and were like, we can't let the club go down. So big ups to Bayi. He was
yeah.
really he's an old soul. He stayed in place. Miss Mentor Anthony Mugabe, those guys, they stayed, and us the young guys that had just joined the team, when we looked at this guy is staying. We were like, if this guy is staying, who are you to go? Yeah? He should be the one leaving, not you. Like the fact that they're old enough in the club, but they still put their bodies on the line so that you guys are taken forward really gave us a lot of hope. We stayed in. We were like, let's come up with a plan. We came up with a plan. We came up with resolutions. We came up with goals. And yeah, then championship started. And
Yeah,
that's when,
they say old brooms know all corners. So I think the old
yeah,
chaps stayed there to keep the ground firm. Yeah.
true,
So
true, true.
now
They
let's
did,
go through the championship. Championship. I've also once played in the championship. I'm a championship graduate. I know that noon. There are games at noon,
uh,
12 p.m. Yeah, at noon.
yeah,
The hot
yeah,
Kasana games are not taken serious. The lack of funds. At times you have no
yeah.
ref. Things are a bit bad down there in the championship. But how did it go for you guys? Yeah.
Yeah, on the player side, it was really bad. Playing in the sun is not kawa. Because first of all, you get too tired so fast. The sun
Yeah.
is burning. You have no funds. That's for the away games. The good thing with MP's RFC, our fans would always, every time we have home games, they would always make sure they come and make it for the game. And that's what I
Yeah.
liked about them. Like they always made sure they come around for the game. But on the away games, it was like we're playing the way footballers are playing right now in Corona. Like you don't have you can't. People are not shouting. You can't get that energy to really run with the ball. So it was
It's a
really bad. But
closed door match.
yeah, it was like a
Yeah.
closed door match. But really, we had our eyes set on the goal, and
Yeah.
we wanted to get out of championship. And people talked a lot. Like in peace, you guys just what you guys. So the players composed themselves. Were like, we're going to go through this. So we followed through. And next thing you know, we started doing so well. We connected as a team even better because now
Yeah.
you know your true friends. You know your true people because they're always around. Whether the team is doing bad, whether the team is doing good. So next thing you know, we are really playing the best that has ever been played by Impeach.
So how was it going into those games, coming out, beating a certain team 100, another team 80? Because I guess you are unbeaten in the championship, yeah?
Yeah, we went
You put
unbeaten.
a notice that this is not where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, we went unbeaten because we were focused on something. And this wanted to show the union that what they did was wrong because uh, when we left the season, the games that happened after that were really easy games for the people in the season. They were like, "Where's Impis? I think we need Impis back." So really, we're trying to show the union that we have done that we are overachieving even what we're supposed to be doing. So we played all the games, beating everyone we met, and this time round, the championship really was a hard championship. It's not like the normal championship that you see.
True, true,
Yeah,
true.
this time round, it's like teams are beefed up. Everyone are beefed up. Yeah? Imagine playing
Yeah.
championship where you're sponsoring yourself. University doesn't have to give you money because you're no longer in the league. And
Yeah.
Union, of course, can't give you money because you guys are not in the main league. So it was a hard time, but we went through it unbeaten. And then they tried to play politics at the end of it all. They're like that they're supposed to play the regionals. So that's when we played the Gulu team,
For the kickoffs.
which has never happened. I don't know why they introduced it this time round, but we weren't so worried because we knew what we wanted. So despite that, we beat Gulu, and that's when we came back to the league.
Yeah, before we leave the championship, yeah, Grafia says
So,
we even had our money, yeah. You guys did a good thing to play the championship and then keep a sponsor, have jerseys, yeah. You are just changing
yeah,
jerseys here and there. And then before I forget, yeah, they shout out that you people have managed to bring some level of competition in the wardrobes, yeah. You have
yeah,
vests,
yeah, yeah.
jumpers, everything. Yeah,
You, these
we'll be
days,
seeing the good
these
work.
days, these days, it's about looking good. If you have a brand running,
Yeah,
everything will move as you really want it to be. So
that's true.
I would like to thank Adraf actually. He brought very nice people to the team, and this encouraged.
Yeah, those were shout outs to Adraf. I think we're having a network problem, but
Yeah, can you hear me?
yeah, yeah, we can hear you now.
Uh, yeah, and
We
next thing,
lost you at the shout outs. We lost you at the
oh,
shout outs to Adraf.
oh, I was saying,
Yeah,
Adraf really helped in a lot, despite the fact that he doesn't play, but he was always there. He was always around.
yeah,
Always told guys, I have you, me, I have you. Yeah,
and it
and
was
then
true. It
next,
was true.
yeah, and it was true. He had our backs. He had our backs off the pitch. We had his back on the pitch. So administration was working well. Players' welfare was working well. So everything was really moving the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I think I should also add my shout outs to Adraf for bringing the Black Pearls kit well in on that. Yeah, he has really done well for the Ugandan rugby. And I think
It's really
Ugandan rugby will go places with such people off pitch who are pushing while the players are also pushing. Yeah,
true. Very true. Selfless people. Very selfless people.
true. So now, after the championship, someone here asked a question that which team really gave you a run for your money because everything was like a walk in the park for you guys. Yeah.
I think the team that gave us a run for our money, I think, was Mbale. For some reason, I don't know what they ate that day, but they just came in with a lot of aggro, and they were big boys. So
Yeah.
they had that pride in them. I was like, yo, we won the game, but these guys, it was the only team throughout the whole championship that really broke that did the impossible. They almost did it, but I think we were too good for that.
Oh, so take us through the day of the playoffs when you played Gulu Elephants at Chadondo for you to qualify to come back to the league.
Well, the day of the playoffs, that was we had training that week, and we had to sit down as a team because we didn't even train because it was like a meeting. We sat down as a team. We told guys, we wrote down these goals and we're supposed to follow through these goals. And well, we all know you're responsible for where you are. If you're a water boy, you're responsible for that water. If you're a scrum half, you're responsible for supplying the ball. If you're the prop, you're responsible in the ruck. If you're number 10, you're responsible for distributing that ball. So really, everyone was reminded of what they're supposed to do. Our mentors had to be there. So come Thursday training, I took the boys through. Me and Anthony Musmeta took the boys through the final captain run. Then prayed about the game. Made sure boys did go out on Friday, and I was happy they did. Come Saturday, we were at pitch by midday. The game was at 2. We were at pitch by midday, strapped, just waiting for the game. Guys were just quiet, waiting for the game. And then when we finally won the game, because the game was just a normal game. It was like a training session. We beat Gulu. They just even went back to where they were coming from. We were so happy. We were all filled with mud. We were given a trophy, and then beer. Oh shit! It was a nice day. It was really a nice day. Very
That's
unforgettable moment.
that's actually about a year ago because I was also at Chadondo
Yeah,
when history was being made when Impis was coming back to where it belongs. Yeah.
yeah. It
So
was at
then
Chadon.
yeah, so after that we go into the seventh run, yeah. The people from Makere coming back and giving teams a run for their money in the sevens. I remember a certain quarterfinal at Legends whereby people had refused to let go and it was all fire upon fire everywhere, yeah.
Yeah. Because
So how was the sevens run? How was it?
the seventh round started off badly because there was trouble, I think, with organizing the team. And that time I think I didn't play the first. I didn't play the first circuit. I wasn't available for the first circuit. As by that time, I think I'd started working, so I wasn't available for the Saturday because it was in Masaka, I believe.
The first circuit was
But
at Chadondo. It was at Chadondo.
the, that
Masaka
means I
was the
missed two
second.
circuits. I missed 2 circuits,
Oh
Masaka
yeah,
and Chadondo.
yeah,
So after Masaka, there was a circuit again at Chadondo, the Buffalo circuit. So the Buffalo circuit, that's when people realize, oh, these Impis boys, because we played a very good game. We we would give targets for our sevens circuits. We're like, so this circuit, we have to be among these first people. This circuit, we have to be like this. This circuit. So Chadondo, I think we came out ninth, I believe. Then we went for the legend circuit. We came down to spots. Then again Ginger, we came down. We came back to legends. We went down. Bale unfortunately didn't happen, but we were ready to, like, we were really on fire. We had
yeah.
the man of the tournament, um, Lohoni Jonathan, great runner. So really, our aggro was up there, and it wasn't about the fact that we are big boys, no, but the fact that we used what we know, the teamwork we have, because seven is really about chemistry. If you have the
True.
chemistry, you can beat any team. So really, it was some of the games that we lost at the crucial moment was just, I think the other games had better experience at playing such things like semi-finals or quarterfinals. Because
Yeah, and
we played,
yeah. Go on,
uh-huh.
go on,
So
go on.
we
You
played
play.
we played Pirates in the semi to Cobs. We played Pirates in the semi, they beat us. We played Cobs in the semi, they beat us.
Yeah,
But really, you could see that it was not by a very big range. No, because we
it
were
was a
really
good
fit.
fight.
It was a good fight. I was always happy for the boys because as a captain, to captain such a team, it was really, I was always proud of them all the time. Because we'll go out there, they put their bodies on the line, put points on the board. So it was really, it was a nice team. It was a nice team to play sevens with. And I'm hoping this year is even better.
Yeah, those are some of the moments we miss. Yeah, we should applaud you, Impy's team, for putting up such good fights during the sevens. Yeah, because you made us look up to the next weekend or the next
Mm.
travel, wherever we'll be going. Yeah, and I think
Well,
that was
thank
a
you.
good job done. So now coming back into the league, yeah, how has it
Yeah,
been coming back into the league? I know things have not been nice. We've been seeing the scoreboards,
yeah.
the events happening. Things haven't been going on really, really well for you people. But how has it been on your side?
Well, on my side, we're trying to just customize this engine to the kind of terrain it's moving on. And there are a few nuts that are missing, a few screws that are missing, but we're still tightening. Really, we're still tightening. We haven't given up yet. We can't give up anytime soon. We have targets that have been set. We're already back in the league. We just have to make sure we stay in the league and we build on that. So it hasn't been a good one because, as you know, when you're playing, Makerere Impis is based like 50% of the students are of the players, sorry, are students. Then the
Yeah.
other 50% are guys that have either finished or have just finished. So we have very many challenges. Sometimes the league can start when campus has not started, and some of these players come from up country. You don't have facilitation for them to come and play for you. Like, we haven't reached that level yet. But hopefully, as time goes on, some of these problems are going to be solved. And then because you notice at the beginning of the season, it's always hard for imps. Then the middle of the season, we come back with fire. Then at the
Yeah.
end of the season, when kids have gone back home, it again becomes hard for us to come up with the numbers. But we're working around the clock so that we give you a nice rugby all the way from the beginning to the end. We just need you guys to pray for us, and everything is will fall in place.
Yeah, we can't wait. We can't wait. We're sure praying for you. Yeah, Ruben Stein, thank you for joining us. Ruben is with Kratos Sports, yeah, and he always does also a
Yeah.
live interview on Sunday. He's here with us. So yeah, you talked about majority of the team being students, and we saw that scuffle between you and Entebbe Mongas, yeah. about saying we have lost him a little bit. Yeah, can you still hear me, Spencer?
I can hear you. I can
Yeah,
hear you.
so I was saying, yeah, majority are students, and we saw that scuffle between you and Entebbe Mongers, yeah? By you, I mean
Yeah.
Makere Impis and Entebbe Mongers. What exactly
Yes.
happened that day? Because Entebbe Mongers says you didn't notify them. You people say you wrote to them, yeah?
Yeah. Well, as can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you please, I think, restart because
Yeah.
we lost part of the explanation.
I can repeat. I can repeat. As part of the,
Yeah,
can
yeah,
you hear
yeah, I
me?
can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
I
part
can
of
hear
the
you.
exec, we actually drafted a letter for them.
Yeah,
We first drafted a letter to the union. Then the union told us we have to draft a letter to the team itself. If it agrees, then we can always postpone. Unfortunately, the team didn't respond positively.
yeah.
So we swung we just swung a curveball there and expected it to just go as it's supposed to be. And we declared that loss. We were like, it's okay, let it be a loss. Would rather not go for that game than go to a game when you're having 10 players. This doesn't make sense. So, because some of the players, first of all, are graduating, including me myself, and
Yeah.
we couldn't we couldn't compromise some of the big players and then go play a game where they're going to humiliate us. Next thing you know, they don't want you to give any consolations for the game. So really, we didn't want to go through that scuffle. We allowed what was happening. It was like, that's it. Let's look on to the next game, and we are happy to welcome them at the graveyard and just give them a taste of the graveyard.
So is that one of the games that you are looking up to when they come to the graveyard, or it's the Rhinos game that you're looking up to when lockdown opens?
We're we're looking up to all the games. Like really, sometimes I get goosebumps. But the Rhinos game, I'm looking forward to that game. I'm looking forward to the to the to that other game, the Mongas game, because
Yeah.
really we want to prove to people that we are not jokers. We didn't come here to joke. We don't put in, because we put in a lot of time for a person to come up and conclude that Impis is a joker. No, we are too arrogant for such statements.
But how is that relegation battle down there? We'll be seeing it online between you and the Rhinos, because some of you people even refer to them as the NRM Rhinos, but as we know them as the Sherry Miller Rhinos. How is it going on down there?
We are not worried about them, because we know we are keep because we are really moving ahead. We are not looking at going back. You can't turn back at this point. That's the theory we are moving with. We're not going to turn back at any one point, because so we are not worried about them, because as you know, they're at the bottom of the table,
Yeah,
and we are looking to even extend that even further after having these next two games.
because we wouldn't want to lose you people just after 1 year of you people coming back. Yeah, you
Yeah,
have been a very,
yeah,
very good team.
and wouldn't want to go back to the championship. It's a very lonely place.
Yeah, true. It's very lonely down there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Adraf
yeah,
is saying NRM Rhinos. Yeah, Antal is not happy. Yeah, NRM Rhinos is not my saying. Yeah, it's the arrogance
yes,
saying. Because this week I've been arrogant throughout. I've been dealing with NPC people, so that's
yeah.
how I've
Arrogance all
been.
the way.
Arrogance all the way. I think I should also get
Yeah,
myself a green jersey sometime very soon.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You should talk to
Uh,
Adraf.
I'm going to talk to Adraf about that very surely. So, how has your
Eh,
season been, though? How has your season been, like, as a summing up
uh,
thing?
um,
Uh,
my season has been really a fairly good season. No bad injuries. I think I've made like I've made one try really. I'm always
oh,
distributing balls. I never get the chance to really run that ball. So I have one try for the season. But a very good, an important try, of course. I don't have any serious injuries. and I'm feeling I'm feeling way better. My body is back in shape. I've been trying to add on some weight. I've been trying to hit the gym. As always, well, we want to come back stronger than before and do better than we have always done. But the season,
Yeah.
so far, the season is fairly good.
What about for the team at large as Impis, yeah?
Team at large, I would say guys are getting used because we had so many rookies in the team. So at this point in time, they're now used to the arrogance way of living. They're used to the league. They've tested the waters. They know what they are jumping into. We don't have any serious injuries in the team right now. Guys are recovering. Those that were injured are recovering, and then some have even recovered. I like to also inform the public at large that our chairman Onyango has also fully
Yeah.
recovered, and we are
Oh,
happy
that's
for
good
that.
news. That's good news. That's good
Yeah,
news.
although we are sad to say I don't think you will be seeing him playing anytime soon. But we are glad he's really doing well and fine and okay.
Oh, that's quite good, yeah.
Yeah,
Seeing
yeah,
him coming back after the sudden happening, yeah.
yeah. True. It was a hard one to take in as a club.
There's a question here. I think Adraf can help us answer it, or you as the vice captain, yeah. Someone
Yeah.
is saying, what's the team doing to have a presence in schools as a recruitment play? What are
Mm.
people doing to recruit the youngsters currently in high school?
Currently, what we do, we have now become too uh, invested in the high school side of rugby, given the fact that we have Marcos as one of the schools that are neighboring the university itself.
Yeah.
So we have to start from home as we build onto the other high school teams that are available. And I would like to really thank management, Adraf, Nyombi, all the big boys. They've tried to scout boys from schools like Marcos, Namilyango, because as an OB of Namilyango, I believe there's so many players that leave Namilyango every year, and I believe with my can I say my presence as having been a rugby player there, I can maybe influence some of the boys to come and join this side because we're building something. We are starting slow, but we'll surely get there as time comes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Ruben is asking for my England jersey. Yeah, I'm sure you're bringing it because these people didn't do well in the World Cup. But I'm just putting it on because Sports Mansion provides all these outfits for me. I support them. I don't ask for retreats. Yeah, I buy to support rugby. I'm also coming to Impis to get that green jersey or the green vest. Yeah, very soon.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
these sessions are always timed for 1 hour, and since we got on at 4:30, I'm going to end this one
yeah,
because we have 4 minutes left. And in the second session, we shall come on and you tell us about your life in lockdown, how the team is handling the lockdown, and your future prospects, you as a person, and then maybe as the team. And then also you take us through the jersey unveiling. We just see things online. We hear you people have a gym kit. We don't know when you get to use it. Yeah, you have
yeah,
jumpers
yeah.
online. Maybe some of our viewers can get to win some. Yeah.
Mm.
So